Welcome back. I'm MK.
I am Cogent Blue, and together we are somewhat splendid.
Somewhat splendid.
Da, 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 da. I think we should have like newscast music, da, 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 da. No, that's not newscast.
No.
Okay, continue. I'm gonna shut up now
Never
and
mind.
just we're done.
We're done. So I'm standing here in front of the undead merchant here, who's still petting his invisible thing. I want to say it's a
I want
cat.
to say,
The reason I'm doing this is because I want to buy something off of him.
You're keeping him up, then go ahead. Don't be, it never
Yep,
hurts
yep,
to
yep.
what are you buying, MK?
Well, I am buying the residence key because
You're
because I don't have
homeless.
the master key. Yes, because I don't
Thank you.
have the master key. There's a door
Back soon.
here in the Undead Burg that I can't open unless I have this residence key. So yeah, I've
And also, it should be noted, for mages, there is also a door in the lower Undeadburg, which is of course right beneath here, that you need the same key for if you intend to get your purveyor of spells out. So
Yep. Strangely enough, the master key will open the door in the upper Undead Burg that the residence key opens. It does not open the door in the lower burg. So you absolutely need the residence key if you
exactly.
want to open the door in the lower Undead Burg. If you've got the master key, you can wait to buy the residence key from Mr. Man there until you need it. But I had to buy it because I'm keyless. So yeah. So I'm back here at the bonfire. I've now rested at it. While because of the enemies that I had to kill on the way down, I received one humanity, which you can see up in the top left corner of my little thing. I'm not human, as you can see. I'm still beef jerky, but I've received one soft humanity. You get those for killing a certain number of humanoid enemies. So any enemy that is considered part of the human family, if you kill enough of them, you will receive soft humanity for them. I don't know what the limit is, or like how many of them you have to kill, and it is only those enemies. So like if you kill a bunch of rats, you're not going to get, you know, humanity, but it is only if you kill humans. So I've got one, which is good because I need to turn human. Cogent Blue is, I assume, ready for me to summon him. Yes.
Cogent Blue is in fact ready to summon you there,
Oh, oh
MK.
my God, this is so exciting!
Oh no, it's like we're virgins all over again.
Yay! So I'm gonna turn human. I may immediately be invaded. This is the
I
thing that
wanna
happens.
be invaded.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the thing that happened in Dark Souls. If you play Dark Souls 3, it's the same thing. I am level 1, so that's the level that the Pyromancer starts at, and I have not leveled up because I've been spending all my souls on other stuff. But don't drink. Yeah. Stupid archer! Trying to drink right in front of me.
Right? Seriously, I mean, how dare he? Bastard.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, while I wait for your summon sign. But even at level 1, there's still a chance of me being invaded. Oh, I see a summon sign. Yay. Magnar Thoth is obviously Cogent Blue's character's name. We're using the password, even though we are, I assume, still in. Oh, summoning failed. Shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, MK. I'm special, and I moved my, that was me.
Okay.
Just,
Had a little bit of
it's back down now.
PTSD.
Uh-huh, 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 yeah.
We've had issues. There was a period of time. There was a couple of days when, well, first when I could neither summon nor be summoned, and then when I could be summoned but not summon anybody. And we thought that this glorious playthrough that you're watching right now was going to be delayed even farther. But yeah, so we're using a password, even though we're technically, I assume, still within level range of each other. It's just easier to do with making sure that we are able to see each other's summoning signs, so we're not just like wandering around, going, "Are you sure
Yep.
your sign's down? Where'd
Well,
you put
it
it
used to be
again?"
before because because the oh, I like your character's name. Oh my god.
My character's name is Twiglet.
Hi. I don't
Yay!
know. Oh my god, I forgot that I have not reset my emoticons. That was supposed to be a wave, but instead it was a come hither.
Yep.
Anyway, but when we first started playing, they didn't have the newer mechanic. Back in our day,
Yep.
they didn't have the mechanic of adding a password. So remember, we used to have to hide our summon signs under like pots and
Yep.
crates and all kinds of other shit, so people
Yeah.
wouldn't summon us.
Oh, that's the other thing. I mean, even when we started playing the game in 2015, so the game had been out for 4 years. But yeah, there were a lot of places where, and this was one of them, where if we put our signs down right here,
Yep.
we'd get summoned by like everybody else.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
yeah, but that's not the case at the moment.
Nope.
Okay, so
okay, you tell me, where would you like to go?
okay, we're just gonna go. We're gonna go forward. I've done everything backwards that I need to do, so we're just gonna go
Okay.
forward. And why don't you go first?
That's yeah, yep. And,
Again, out of our
reason
comfort
she's
zone.
laughing. Yep. MK has always been the tank, and I have always been the, I guess the mage or the backup character. So this is a very weird sort of
Yeah.
changing of roles here.
So yeah, in my capacity of person who goes first, I'm just sort of like, yeah, sure. I'm level 1 and wearing some rags and
Cloth.
no shield. Yes, I shall go first because I am smart.
Smart. Yes.
Yep.
Oh God. I cannot remember. I don't even know how many times I died to these guys.
Yeah, this is kind of one of those checkpoints where it's like just these 3 stupid hollows can cause quite a bit of problems. So I'm going to go back to the hand axe for a minute because this is some close quarters here, and until I get a close quarters pyromancy spell. Now the reason I'm coming up here instead of letting Cogent Blue take care of this archer is because I wanted to stop trying to drink in my face. I wanted to show this spot. This is the first vagrant spawning point. We're going to be tracking some vagrants here because apparently I am the vagrant queen. I don't know if you know, if you have watched Notorious BLT's.
You are the vagrant queen.
Yes, if you have watched Notorious BLT's playthroughs, especially the co-op ones with me in it, you know this already. But I have some weird attraction for or attractability for vagrants, and now I should explain, of course, what a vagrant is. Vagrants are strange little creatures that only appear in Dark Souls 1, unless they're in Demon Souls, but I don't know because I've never. Okay.
Yep, because you're playing with me and because nothing I do is normal, he landed on the lower half of the platform and has decided not to, in fact, die.
And he's just turning around. He's as confused as we are.
He's as fucking confused as we are. He's like, what? I should be dead. What's going on here? Sorry, continue.
Yes. So vagrants are strange little creatures that appear only in Dark Souls 1 unless they're in Demon Souls, but I never played Demon Souls, so I don't know. And they are just weird little egg-shaped creatures. There are good vagrants and there are evil vagrants, and they are part of the online experience of Dark Souls. They, the evil ones, they're evil because they try to kill you, and that was impressive. They're evil because they try to kill you. They shoot little missiles of dark magic, which is very annoying, at you, and they spawn when somebody dies, losing a lot of soft humanity. So you saw it a minute ago, I had 1 soft humanity. But if you have at least 5 of those and then you die and can't retrieve them, it spawns an evil vagrant in somebody else's world, or possibly your own. And it just appears right there are spawning points for both the good and evil vagrants. The good vagrants, they spawn when somebody drops something, so that sometimes people will just leave random items around. Like I picked up a piece of rubbish earlier. If I decided I don't want this piece of rubbish because it's rubbish, and I drop it. By the way, don't drop it because it's actually useful. But if you decide, if you look at it and be like, this is rubbish, I shouldn't have this, and you drop it, and then you leave your game, and don't come back. We're going to get Sauron in a minute, but I think Sauron needs an introduction. But if you leave your game and don't pick it up, it generates a drift bag, which will go into somebody else's world, and if it passes between at least 10 worlds, it spawns a good vagrant. Obviously, good vagrants are much less common than evil vagrants, because it's much easier to die than it is to, okay, Sauron is walking in place.
He was doing...
Yeah, was he doing Tai Chi before?
He was doing Tai Chi in my game. Yes, absolutely.
Aw, okay.
Absolutely.
So this is a Black Knight. We call him Sauron because he looks a bit like Sauron from the in the Lord of the Rings videos. He's I wouldn't exactly call him my boyfriend. He's sort of the little guilty crush I have inside. Sauron is this is a... When I first started playing Dark Souls, and we've kind of talked about this in the beginning of how, stupid we felt and how accomplished we felt. At this point, I had come to this point in the game, and I actually managed to get through those areas. I was feeling kind of confident about myself. And then I met this guy. And I foolishly thought to myself, oh, okay, well, I've taken on knights before, armored enemies. This is another armored enemy. I should just be able to take him on. And he proceeded to teach me the difference between a Black Knight of Gwyn and some little stupid hollow soldier, mindless, sunken-eyed, naked thing with a sword, and he kicked my ass. And as with Dark Souls as a whole, I promptly fell in love. Sauron is very cool, but we're gonna go kill him now because he could potentially drop some of his stuff, and he's also guarding a ring. So I'm gonna throw a fireball at him, and then he's gonna get mad, and then we're gonna run out and fight him.
Oh wait, shit, that's right, I have the tank. Damn it!
So Sauron is quite persistent, and if you want to come back into the courtyard, I'm sure he'll follow us.
No, he went back down the damn stairs because I'm with you.
Yes, because,
There he is.
yeah, and we say Cogent's game because things that don't ever happen or aren't supposed to happen tend to happen in Cogent Blues games because, yeah.
Nope. Let's try.
Yay!
Boom! Look at that. Look at us. We're amazing.
I know, it's like teamwork and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So now I can go down and get his ring. For the longest time, I would kill him, and then I would get so excited for him killed him, I would actually forget to come down and get the ring that he's guarding. Yep. Okay. So this is a decent ring, and I'm going to go ahead and equip that. Oh, I think your friend that didn't die is throwing firebombs at me.
Oh.
Yep.
I love that I always have friends in your game. Ready?
Yep. So the thing with vagrants, as I was explaining, is that they do appear in we can't get Havel because I don't have the key. When your key doesn't work.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Havel's down there, and we're not going to touch him because he'll squish us. And I don't have the key anyway. You need the master key in order to be able to open that door. Master key or the Watchtower basement key, which I don't have either because you need to kill the boss to get that. Thank you.
I helped.
We got a Titanite chunk.
Yay!
Yay. So yeah, vagrants they do appear, randomly in your world. This is our first boss fight. Or they do appear randomly in people's worlds, and it is supposedly random where they show up, but they're normally considered fairly rare. People have seen a lot more of them in the remaster. Ow.
I thought he was dead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, so did
There
I.
he is.
Yay. So yeah, people have seen a lot more of them in the remaster, but they are still somewhat fairly rare. And there are people who like Halloween, Halloween 4545, who I mentioned before, saw his first Vagrant, I believe, in one of his playthroughs in the remaster, and have he's been playing. Here's our boss, by the way. Rawr. That's the Taurus demon, and I'm now going to run away. And the reason Cogent Blue hasn't followed me is because he is very smartly staying up the top of the tower so that we can do... Ow! A plunging attack.
Fucker.
Could you bring him back over here, please?
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
just realized what I was doing. Sorry.
That's okay.
Of course, if you wait up there too long, he will end up jumping up here.
Yeah, if you're doing this by yourself, don't wait. Thank you. Because he will jump up and get you. Yay!
Go us! We're amazing! Yay.
Thank you. Victory achieved. So there are some people who have played Dark Souls for many, many, many years and many, many, many hours, and not seen many vagrants, if any, at all. I, for whatever reason, have always seen a crap ton of vagrants, and like once I realized that what I was experiencing was not normal, I started. I first of all tried to remember how many I had seen, and sort of counted back, and then I've been keeping track of them. So from my recollection, and also like actually keeping track of them, I have seen a total of 30 vagrants. That's 20 in the previous game and 10 in the remaster. Which I understand is a ridiculously unusual number of vagrants. So we're going to keep keeping track of them, and I'll show you where they spawn. I don't know all of the spawn points. Every once in a while I will see a new one, a new spawn point that I've never seen before. There are multiple spawn points in each area. Actually, at the top of the tower with those two crossbow guys for the boss fight was a spawn point for evil vagrants. Of course, there wasn't one there. So I'll be pointing them out. We'll I assume see them because it's me. And again, this has happened across platforms. This is with the PS3, the PC, and now the PS4. So yay, vagrants! And this is Solaire, and we love him. So I'm going to go talk to him.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow. Far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that all the time.
So we love Solaire.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
What is your decision? Say yes. I don't know why you'd say no to Solaire.
Our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
And gives you white sign soapstone, which allows you to do what Cogent Blue did, which is put your sign down on the ground so that other people can summon you for jolly cooperation.
Heroes centuries old, phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers.
Delightful.
And relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in
Jolly cooperation.
Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature.
I'm being chased.
Brilliant.
By what?
If you miss it, you must be blind.
Some skellies.
Ah.
I just realized that, again, I am in a new game.
Oh,
Holy shit, they are seriously chasing me. Jesus Christ. And as a result of being in a new game, I cannot warp. So I am being chased. Oh, and then realize that in order for me to get to the next bonfire, I have to go do some things I don't want to do.
Yeah.
And so I was getting there, and then I ran by some skellies, and they were just like, "Nope, you're not going." And I'm like, "But I want to." And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Yeah."
So Solaire said a couple of things there, which are interesting. One of them is that the flow of time is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. That's kind of important. That's actually going to be happening to us in a bit. But that's also kind of a timey-wimey, mystically whatever way of explaining how it is that we can cooperate with each other, because we go into each other's worlds, and the flow of time is convoluted. And there's my world where I'm the chosen undead, and then there's Cogent Blue's world where he's the chosen undead, and then there's Solaire, who presumably has his own world, but is somehow in mine not as a phantom and stuff. So
Yeah. So where are you currently?
I
Sorry.
just finished talking to Solaire, and I'm about to go across the bridge. And yes, I healed myself because I'm going to need all the health I can possibly get. So yeah, and then the other thing he mentioned was the thing about finding his own sun, and his worship of the sun, and the sun is magnificent. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. So, and all this tied in with Lord Gwyn. This led or has led a number of people to create some theories about Solaire, which I believe were disproven for the most part by Dark Souls 3. But for a very long time, and again, if you are somebody who's familiar with Dark Souls 3 and then decided, well, I'm going to go back to Dark Souls 1 and find out all this stuff about Dark Souls 1, and then you read a bunch of lore that talks about Solaire being Gwyn's firstborn son, that's why.
Yep.
It's, I'm not sure anybody still believes that, or they might have. I don't know. I think now that I say that, I think some people might have worked that into their or worked Dark Souls 3 into their narrative of Solaire being Gwyn's firstborn. But yeah, so that's something that we'll kind of get into not only in this playthrough but also in Dark Souls 3, because guess what, we're doing that too. And unless everybody tells us that they hate us and don't want us to do any more videos, but hopefully not. But yeah, so that's an interesting thing. Also, the whole concept of Solaire. I mean, Solaire is one of the most, if not the most beloved NPCs in the Dark Souls series. Partially because he's awesome. He has that very comforting sort of fatherly, big brotherly kind of voice, and all that kind of stuff. But also he. I think it has a lot to do with where you find him. Because, if it's your first time playing Dark Souls, you've just come through, you finally made it through the Undead Burg, killing the Hollows, possibly killing, Sauron and or Havel, which are, mini-bosses that are not easy. And yeah, so you might be exhausted, and you've just beaten your first boss, which again may have taken you a few tries. It did with me the first time I played, and so there you are. You've done it. You've finally beaten your first boss. You're exhausted. You're looking for your sort of next place of refuge. You don't know where to go, and there, in all of his glory, is Solaire of Astora, just making everything okay and promising to help you in. With jolly cooperation. And yeah, I mean, I just think I people don't forget that. They don't forget that first impression of this genteel, kind, knightly man who is like the first person who has spoken nicely to them and wasn't dying like Oscar, or crazy like the Undead Merchant, or an emo little annoying jerk like the Crestfallen Warrior.
Shit. Sorry, I've been invaded. God damn it.
Oh shit. Well, and I just realized I forgot to do the thing. And by the thing, I mean get the other bonfire that's there. So I've just gone and killed all those rats for nothing.
Luckily, it's a low-level invader.
Oh, good. You'll be fine. We hate invaders, if that hasn't been made clear. I understand, and I'm sure it'll be explained to us, that invasion is just part of the game, and it's just one of the things that makes the game, constantly interesting and great and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we hate them.
Yep.
And again, I think a lot
And
of...
for some reason, now, just really quick, sorry.
Yeah.
Again, to go back to the theme of both of us having really fucked up, weird game lives. So this invader, for instance, invaded me, was lower than I am, kept trying to kill me, couldn't, dropped me 10 humanity, so I just stood there and let her backstab me, and then she waved after I died.
Oh.
Like, I just, yeah. But I don't know sometimes where...
Yep.
where some...
Yeah, and in the remaster particularly, we've encountered some really suspiciously nice invaders, which after so long of really mean invaders, we're just like, what are you? I don't understand.
Why are you being nice to me?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm also being invaded apparently because I got past the dragon and the Hellkite Drake, which is what that is, and to the bonfire, and
My sign is down.
oh, excellent. You by the bonfire?
Yes, in fact it is.
Okay.
By the bonfire.
Thank you. Yeah, so I was immediately stood up from the bonfire. Oh, it's reactivated. Okay, so either the invasion must have failed. That's good. That's good. I'm going to level up before I summon you.
Probably a wise idea.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing that I find fascinating about invasions in this game is not so much the invasion as much as it is just this idea that somebody is able to come into your game and fuck with your life. And on one hand, I can appreciate it, and MK and I, we've talked about this many hours, but it's an interesting mechanic that someone on the outside can just come in and make a game that is already pull your eyeballs out so you can't play anymore, difficult. But on top of that, now you have this addition of this new human player, which of course is always, generally speaking, going to be smarter than the AE or the AI for the game. It's an interesting dynamic. I don't hate it, but it is certainly not my favorite part of Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi there. I'm gonna bow at you. Did you notice that I have the reinforced club?
Yes.
I did get so part of the Giant Dad build is the Zweihander. So I did get that, but it's very big.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I am not one of those men that needs a big sword.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum.
So yeah, we are. Okay, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so I mean, yeah, he is going to. Thank you. He is going to be a Giant Dad, but it is obviously going to take a while because if you're familiar with the Giant Dad build, you know that it involves some stats that he doesn't have yet. So.
And actually, MK.
Yeah.
One of the things I wanted to ask, now that you brought that up, because I know we had talked about it, and so I was going to ask, since we're at the beginning of the game, since I do have multiple playthroughs currently actually active in Remaster, there are certain things that the Giant Dad requires, right? He has to have the Havel's Ring, which I now have. He has to have the Mask of the Dad. He has to have the Ring of Favor and Protection, the Zweihander, and of course the armor, but that I don't care about right now. So I have playthroughs that actually have multiples of those. And so my question, I guess, to those watching is, would you rather watch me actually acquire those items and then build Giant Dad from the ground up? Or would it be more interesting to see me build Giant Dad as quickly as possible? Because that can be expedited, of course. I can have those given to me. And I hope you don't mind me asking that, MK, but I thought...
Oh, no, yeah, we talked about this, and I thought that would be the best way to do it. And what he's talking about is just passing the items back so that, I would summon one of his higher level characters, get the stuff that he needs from them, and then and pass them. Did you just antagonize Sauron?
Oh, that's okay. That's I was like,
No, 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 no. Please, we don't want to do that.
No, no, no. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing.
Yes, we still have this large metal pig here to deal with. I don't want to deal with Sauron and the boar at the same time. I just hear Sauron pacing up at the top of his tower, so I was just hoping he wasn't agitated while the boar is still around.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Fun would...
A whole lot of...
Yep. Fun is exactly the word that...
Oh! Okay, wow, I am not Dark Souling today. Die.
Thank you.
There. For fuck's sake. I Dark Soul.
Yeah. Again...
do you want me to...
This is not our usual way of playing, so please forgive us.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Please forgive us as we flail.
Yeah, seriously, right? You would think, like, this is my first go-round at the Undead Parish.
Yeah. So I would like to run up the stairs so that Piggy aggravates. And,
ready?
Yep. There we go. This is another kind of a checkpoint. You know, trying to negotiate this area with Piggy and also with these guys shooting at you. Blech.
I think we should name Piggy. Piggy needs a name.
Could you not push me off of the ledge, please? Thank you.
No, I will push you off of anything I want to. Thank you. Remember the time that I fell off of there and fell right onto that fire?
Yeah, probably. I mean, maybe not exactly, but I know it happens. I've rolled off, trying to avoid, you know, hollows and. Well, that did absolutely nothing.
So I can jump on you. Yeah, 16.
Woohoo!
If you come here, do I have any alluring skulls? I don't remember if you start with any.
There are some. I just picked up some. I'm just gonna.
I just kind of wanted him to come over here so I could jump on his head.
Yeah, or I mean, you can throw an alluring skull in the fire. The standard thing is to throw an alluring skull in the fire because he'll run into it and burn himself to death.
I don't know if I don't seem to have any alluring skulls.
I
move.
I do. Hang on.
Oh shit! Watch it.
Thank you.
Oh Christ! I have no Estus left. Oy.
Yeah, I'm a little sad that. Okay, so they throw the alluring skull, and the pig does absolutely nothing. Okay, so he's going to slowly wander over to it to inspect, and get set on fire.
I smell ham.
Yep. Delicious. So I'm going to do it again. So yeah, these alluring skulls are like they have like a small amount of souls or the scent of a hollow or something. I don't fucking know, but so it's for anything that is attracted to hollow people or the smell of souls. It will attract them, and then they'll do stuff like that. Wet.
I just killed that dude through the gate because I am a fucking boss.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you are. All right, so we're going to do a trick. There is another Black Knight up at the top of the tower, and we're going to do a little trick with him. I hope we're going to do a little trick with him. It's quite funny, and I got my test character, my deprived, to do it twice with him. So what we do is, Cogent, if you want to stand here, please.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes,
and then watch the. I'll show you exactly which space to watch. Have you seen Sauron do this before? Watch.
I've
here.
never actually seen it. I've heard. Yeah.
Okay, so you want to watch right where I am. So I'm going to go up to the top of this tower and antagonize the Black Knight because I'm intelligent and reasonable and not crazy at all. And he's going to chase me. And then hopefully, though, he'll only chase me a little bit because what I want him to do is chase me and then get bored or distracted or whatever, because then what he will tend to do is something extremely funny. So, hello, Mr. Black Knight. You can see he's got a much bigger sword than the other one did. He's just as fabulous, though. Hello.
You know, you keep setting these jokes up, and it's difficult for me not to bite. Just so you know.
Okay, so this only works as far as I know if you're wearing soft armor. Because if you're loud, or if you actually do damage to him, he'll be so interested in you that he'll just chase you all the way down to the tower. If you're soft, he'll chase you partway down, which he did, and then get bored enough to go to the top of the tower, but if you stand right where we're standing, he will see you, get aggroed, and then jump down. So it might take a few seconds. As I said, on my test character, I did this with a deprived who was, pretty much naked. She managed to get him to do it twice, because of course he killed her with that giant sword of his. And so she had to do it again. And yes, she actually managed to get him to jump down. God damn it, he's not going to do it.
A few moments later.
All right. I'm putting my shield up because Sauron is a bit of a troll. And will sometimes, instead of going all the way up to the top of the tower, will go halfway back up to the top of the tower. So if I were to just run up here willy-nilly, I would see his leg. What is dying? Yep, he's fucking standing there at the top of the staircase. God damn it, Sauron.
Bastard.
All right,
You are.
he may be following me all the way down.
He is absolutely
Yep.
following you all the way. Oh shit. Ah! Oh, fuck me. Fuck me. I mean, not, like, literally.
Could you please not...
No! Oh.
Okay.
I'm dead.
Yep. Well.
I don't like not being a character. I know what to do with. Ooh, that was nice. I don't like it.
Okay. The other thing that we have to get used to is the idea of that I'm playing with somebody else. Cogent Blue is more adept at this than I am. I do a lot of co-op, but there is a difference between co-oping and being the host. And and then especially playing the roles that we usually play. God damn it, stop blocking. Yeah, so I'm not used to being the one who has to back up. And Blue here is... Ow! Okay, well, he just... I tried to run past him to get some more room, and he just stabbed me right in the neck. And
Did
I
it feel
died.
nice? I bet
Yeah.
it felt nice.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I'm sure.
It did. Okay, well, are you human? Yes, you are, because you got invaded, but then you died, right?
I am human.
Okay, so, do you want me to put my sign down?
Oh my god, that would be amazing. That'd
Yeah.
be so fantastic. I would love it so much. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm actually kindling the bonfire because that was part of the reason I only had 2 Estus flasks in your game.
Yes, that is that's a good point. I will go ahead and use a couple humanities and also kindle the bonfire. Yep. So yeah, the phantoms are allowed to heal themselves in this game, which is new. That's part of the remaster. But unfortunately, they've kept the Dark Souls 3 mechanic of your phantom gets only a half of the Estus that they would normally get, and it's all based on the bonfire that you're at. Again, if you're only used to playing Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3, you get a certain number of Estus Flask charges, and every single bonfire that you rest at restores that number of Estus Flask charges. That is not the case, obviously.
Nope.
In Dark Souls 1, you have to kindle each separate bonfire. The one at Firelink Shrine was already kindled, so we got 10 Estus Flask charges. Every other one beside that, or that isn't guarded by a Firekeeper, who I haven't talked about yet or spoken to, has to be kindled, and you only get 5 Estus Flask charges to start with, and so that, yes, when you do co-op, you get half, and of course they round down because they're jerks, and so you get 2. So, yeah. So, I've just kindled the bonfire, and I'm going to put my summon sign down so that I can be summoned with 5 flasks.
I have a big sword.
Do you?
I do. That's not me bragging. This is so weird. I mean, I understand that it's a fucking video game, for Christ's sake, but like, I am so used to doing things differently that to have this great big Zweihanda, is just baffling to me. And not only that, I was sitting here practicing on some hollows, and it moves really slow. And it's interesting for me because I'm so used to moving quickly. You know, so this is going to be a serious challenge. Although I must say I like the strong attack, the R2 attack on this, because it makes your enemy go splat.
Yes.
Look how cute I am. I'm super cute.
Yeah.
Look. I have blue hair. Like
Oh,
I always
yes, you do.
It's like blue hair. I have blue hair. Okay. All right. Shall we?
Sure.
Delightful. So watch. This is what I love. See?
Yep.
Okay, that I think is fun.
Yes. Splat attacks are fun.
Well, they are fun. It's just it's seriously, and I feel so dumb. Like, the fact that I'm doing this with anybody watching me, you know, speaks volumes of my ability to at least find some humility in my life, because, nope, you need to not, no! Come here so I can splat you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, here comes another one.
Yep.
Bastard.
Oh, you've been invaded.
Oh, fuck me, I've been invaded.
Dark Spirit D. Insert joke
Would you
here.
just- Yep, I'm not saying a word. Would you just die already? Thank you, for
What the
fuck's
hell?
sake. Ooh, he gave me a Titanite shard, though.
Oh, shit, here's D. Oh, D is punching things. Could I back up, please? Thank you.
Oh, D has a...
Dark Hand. Yeah, that Womba Womba thing is a Dark Hand.
I hate when they do that.
Yep.
Just curious, why is the... Oh, and she's got the damn, careful with the AoE
Yep.
on that.
Yep. Yep. What he means is the sword that she's got is a
Yes.
has an AoE attack.
Take that, bitch. And that. And also that. Come on, let me kill you. I want to kill you with my big sword. Aww. 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 Nope. Nope. Ah, fucking dick shit.
And that's the AoE attack that we were talking about. Yeah, we did like no damage to her. So yeah, this is what happens. People.
And the thing is, like, I've always been so jealous in this game of people who are great at PvP. Like, legitimately jealous. Like, I have no shame in admitting the fact that I am awful at it. And the only times I've ever been really great at PvP, of course, have been when I've been a high-level mage.
Yep.
But even then, just...
So I'm human, so I guess I can summon you.
Alrighty. Okay. Signs down. Now,
Thank you.
I need to get used to having this Zweihanda.
Yep.
I can never say it correctly.
Zweihanda.
Zweihanda. So I am sort of intending on carrying this now. Against my better judgment. So, just...
Yeah, so strap in, folks. I mean, between me not really knowing how to be a caster, and well, in Dark Souls 3 you use the profane greatsword, right? I mean, that thing is heavy as fuck.
It is absolutely. But the moving in Dark Souls 3 is so different, of course, from
That's
moving in
true.
Dark Souls 1, because moving in Dark Souls 3 you are moving a lot. Like, you're doing all the moving. You know, and so in this game, it's difficult to carry a big sword because, of course, you know, the movement set is a lot more complicated when you're not able to move as quickly as your enemies. Like, for instance, this is just eating my goddamn endurance. Oh, my freaking shit fuck. See what I mean? Like, this is going to take me a serious amount of time.
Yeah.
All right.
As am I with shooting magic at people who won't stand still. It's
and I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh yeah, that's totally easy. I don't know why I had a problem with that. I have no
Yeah.
problem with that at all. I'm amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go up
All
and get
right.
these guys anyway, so that we can bait Sauron down and not worry about getting shot, please.
Sure. Absolutely.
Now you can, of course. Oh, okay. Yes, teamwork. Also, the managing of spells is something that I'm not used to doing. I know you are.
Oh, okay. Fall down.
But the whole thing of like, I will now use this spell, and then I will quickly switch to this spell or this pyromancy is just not something I'm accustomed to doing. Okay.
But that's the thing. It takes, it takes time getting used to it. And I know that sounds really trite and incredibly condescending to a certain degree, but it really does. It's difficult, and that's why it's also like this is a learning curve for me because of course using a large sword like this, there's a timing situation. I mean, you've seen me use bow and arrow in times when you're like, oh my god, what are you doing? Oh, I'm like, yeah, because I've got the timing of this. Using this sword, I do not have it yet. I hope to Christ I have it soon though. Good God.
I think Sauron is already agitated. Yep, he is.
Oh.
I don't know if he's kind
Is he
of...
coming down?
I don't know.
I hear the pitter patter of little feet. So.
That would be me. I heard him start to walk down. I don't know. We're not going to do this forever. I just think it's funny, and a lot of people don't know that this is a thing. The whole reason why I know this is a thing was completely by accident. At least the first time. I was actually playing with a Wanderer character that Blue here had created, and then abandoned because scimitars, which we'll get into later. Yeah, he created and abandoned, and so there was like something for me to do when I was over at his place visiting him, and he was doing something else. So like, he'd be playing video games on my PC, and I'd be playing video games on his PS3 because we are functional adults, and that's what we do.
What we're functioning as, we don't know yet.
Yeah, exactly.
We are functioning adults.
Yep, I'm gonna go up and get him again.
You do that.
It's typical. As a woman, you're either too aggressive or you're not aggressive enough.
I was just thinking, I'm like, Jesus Christ, could you not be a woman for a second? My God. No wonder the poor guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he either wants you to be a virgin or a whore. Okay, so...
2 hours later.
Anyway, so what happened was, I was playing the Wanderer character, and the Wanderer, again, is lightly armored. I went up, hit the wall. I hit the wall up near where he was to aggravate him, to get him to come down here so that I could fight him. And so I ran down and waited for him to follow, and then he didn't follow because, again, I'm in lighter armor, and he got bored and went back up to the top of the tower. So I was like, okay, well, this has happened to me before with the lighter armor characters. I'm going to go up and fetch him again. So like this, I went up to the top of the tower, but instead of seeing his legs at the top of the stairs, I went all the way up to the top of the tower. No Sauron. He was gone. So... I'm like, okay, that's odd. I have no idea what just happened. So I'm wandering around, I'm looking at the landscape, praising the sun, and so I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go down to he's just standing there. He gives no shits about me whatsoever.
Maybe it's because you have another person in the game.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm gonna throw a firebomb at him. I mean, he might just be confused enough because of the extra... Okay. Well, I've thrown a firebomb at him for all of 37 damage. So, no Sauron at the top of you can't miss him. It's a very narrow staircase. I'm like, what the hell? So I came all the way back down, and the minute my little wanderer face stuck out from the bottom of the tower, I was immediately slammed into the ground by the sword of the Black Knight. I'm like, how the hell did he get back down there? And I'm thought, well, did he somehow pass me? And it was only until this happened with another character where I actually saw him jump down where I realized what must have happened. In some sort of like Pink Panther like chase scene type scenario, he must have, like, just as the Wanderer character, my Wanderer character was running up the tower, he must have finally aggroed enough to jump down. And then, because he is a troll, he went and hid around the corner from, because I was peeking out, like I was like, where did he go? And yeah, because he's a troll, he hid around out of sight around the corner, and then absolutely smushed me as I came out. He's not doing it. I'm very annoyed. I may just bait him to just come down and just have a fight.
Oh, there he is. He's down here.
Oh shit! God damn it! I didn't get it on
it.
film. Well,
Sorry.
he did it, and you can see he takes fall damage.
Oh, fuck. Well, god damn it. Balls.
Oh, I got him. Oh, I got his sword! Thank you!
I hate him.
That is actually my least favorite Black Knight. Partly because he's probably the one that has killed me the most. Because that giant greatsword is so unfair at this level of the game. And of course I could just leave him alone and wait until I was higher leveled and had some decent armor or something to come back and get him. But
dumb.
yeah, I know he's there. And I'm gonna go get him. So, well, I'm pissed off now that he did that, and I didn't. It wasn't on film. I mean, you know, he is kind of.
Well, I mean, we can certainly do it in my game.
Yes. Well, I've been invaded by a silver fox.
Oh, good.
Who?
By Silver Fox?
Yep. No, by just that's the name of the invader.
Shit.
Here, eat my puny. Oh,
What
he
the?
has- Yep.
How? Okay, I think some of this is going to need to be cut because this is ridiculous.
Oh, I parried him.
Yeah,
Doing
you sure did. I saw that shit.
doing no damage. But
You did 7 damage. You did.
no, I
damage.
did. Oh, and he just Dark Beaded me because he's a,
In the face.
and then pointed down because he's a big man.
Later.
And we're back. I'm human again, and I'm going to summon my good friend again. And yeah.
You've got a friend. Actually, you know, we were talking earlier, MK, about summoning other people, and I know that I mean, you and I have played enough that it's together specifically that, you know, we kind of have each other down, but as far as, like, you know, what our play styles are, etc. But what are your opinions as far as inviting, you know, strangers in, especially like people that we either don't know, obviously, which would make them strangers, or
Yeah. You know, it's a possibility. I mean, of course, I've got the password up now, so I can't see any other summon signs. I think in places that are like really kind of big co-op / invasion spots, I might look around to see who looks interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think we need to bother with any of these guys. We're just going to go run down the stairs.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Whee! One of them may follow us, but... Bleh. Oh my god, you're like this big strong man that like goes in front of me and kills all the things with this big sword.
Ow. Listen, you assholes. Fuck's sake. Yeah, this is a very different experience for the two of us. I am like, and I mean, I'm not one for like gender, stereotypes, because Christ only knows that's not the case. But I am used to being the girl. I am used to standing back and being like, oh my god, MK will totally keep me safe and secure. And so for me to be out in front with a big sword, I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, this is very weird. I'm there with you.
Oh.
Not that I'm entirely unused to playing lightly armored characters, because I do tend to do that.
No, of course not. No. And the thing is, like, you've never, and that's what's interesting about, I think, your playstyle is you can still tank very, very well in armor like what I currently have on. That's never,
Ow!
Oh, okay.
Jerk.
Did you want to get the Night Shield?
I'm just, well...
You're a completionist, I know.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it helps if you have your fire spell equipped when you're trying to use your pyromancy. Oh, he's gonna drink because he's a jerk.
Not anymore, he's not.
Oh,
Bye, bitch.
yeah, so that's the Night Shield. It's very pretty. It's heavy and doesn't...
Pretty gaudy.
Yeah, it's a little, like a little stained glass window. But it's heavy and doesn't have super stability for how heavy it is. So hence why I called it a noob shield. And Petros, our cleric friend, has one. Yep.
Alright. I am the tank.
Oh, sorry.
Alright, I'm going to get our Baldur Knight friend on the left.
Yep. Oh,
Shit.
when you said get, I thought you meant draw him in here.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That's just the easiest way of dealing with that problem.
Yeah. It's like my first time ever having a sword or something. Alright, so I'm going to stay back here and let you hug the wall and stuff.
Yep.
Unless you want to... Yeah.
Nope. That's the basement key.
I do love this area, though.
Yeah.
And one of the things, so we both have our own interests on certain fronts. Mine is, of course, not of course, I shouldn't say of course. Mine is art and architecture, and that's been one of my favorite parts of the Dark Souls universes, or the Dark Souls universe, is the attention to detail on so many things that they've done. But also some of the lack of common sense in certain parts of the game, where I think, okay, you've done all this work to create this really beautiful environment, but yet you seem to be lacking in the common sense department.
Yep.
And so you're going to hear me bitch about that throughout the game. It does not matter how many times I play this game. I have done the same. That's my first backstab with this Zweihander.
Yay.
And I didn't kill him because...
Which is weird.
Wait, is he dead?
Should be.
Is he dead? He's just standing around in my game.
Yep. Nope, that's...
Well...
Yeah, he's standing there. He doesn't realize he's dead. But he is in fact dead. So we're near the next bonfire and a very, very important NPC. So I'm going to send Mr. Cogent Blue home unless he wants to throw himself off a ledge or something.
I want to kill myself. It makes myself
Okay.
up.
Oh my god.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh my god, world. Goodbye.
Oh my god.
I think that's the first time I've ever fallen off of that on purpose.
Yeah. So yeah, this hopefully this little fog wall will go away, because if it doesn't go away, that means I'm being invaded, which will make me very sad. It's going away. Whew. Girl. So yes, I'm going to reach this bonfire and rest at it, and then we're going to stop again, because we've been recording for a while, not really getting anywhere because us. Yay! We'll get better. Watch us in our journey to getting good at...
To getting good as characters we don't like to play as and never have in the past.
Yep.
All right, MK, have a very good evening, ma'am. I will talk to you soon.
Oh my god, bye.